people need to change. You're running out of time. You don't have any more time. Time is up. You wasted your time around. And now guess what? You don't change now or Han Meditations. So Kelly and I have been talking, and we just see a lot of people just wasting their potential, wasting their life. There's a lot of people on the channel. They're messaging us saying they're inspired, that we inspire them. And we absolutely love that because we want the people that are watching us to be the best versions of themselves. That's what people need to realize. If you're watching us, if you're a fan of the channel, if you like the things that we're saying out of our mouth, then that we want you to be the best version of yourself. But to do that, you have to realize that every single day wasted, every instant wasted is a lifetime. Every instant is a lifetime because all time is now. So if you're wasting your time, if you're rotting away, if you're just playing video games, if you're just smoking, if you're just doing whatever you're doing, then it doesn't have anything to do with God. If it doesn't have anything to do with positivity, if you're not putting people in the right position, then you're not putting yourself in the right position because number one, you have to put yourself in the right position to even put someone in the right position. Yeah. You understand that? So that's kind of how that goes, because once you put yourself in the right position, then you can put other people in the right position. If you're not putting other people in the right position, then you haven't put yourself in the right position. So people need to understand and really realize that every single individual has a talent. You all have a certain talent. You all have certain abilities that you can truly manifest in real time by being connected to God, by actually pursuing the light that is within you, by having the power that is within you. And you need to realize that you're running out of time. You don't have all day. Every single day you're getting closer to death. So what are you going to do with this day? What are you going to do today? You can't take off and be lazy and not do the work. You have to just start. You don't have to just finish everything in one fell swoop, but you have to start today. Don't you think, Kelly? Because so many people, they're not doing it at all. And we're talking a little bit about that in our video.
Yeah. So, if there's something you want to pursue, the longer, or just something you need to get done, whatever it may be, or something you should be doing every day, whatever. The longer you put it off and the more it builds up, and it's like you're creating this you're making into this big bear, you know what I mean? Like this huge thing that you need to tackle the more you put it off. But once you start just doing one simple thing for it, it could take 30 seconds, just do one small thing for it. And then you'll soon realize that this big bear you made of is actually just a teddy bear. And it's not a big deal at all, and it's soft, and it's easy, and it's fun, and it's playful, and it's exciting, and it makes you feel like a kid again. Well, if it's something that's truly your passion, and that's just the way it is. It's honestly, as soon as you just start doing one little thing for it, and it could be, sometimes we have in our head okay, I have to put a whole day to the side, and I have to do this, and that done, and that's how I'm gonna get it started. But no, you don't. Just do the smallest, simplest thing today. What can you do today that could take the smallest amount of time? Because once you do get started, it starts feeling so much easier. And then you get even more motivated. And then you want to keep doing more and more and more. And then all of a sudden, wow, look at that. I all of a sudden have all this time. I all of a sudden have all this energy, this motivation to do it. The fear and the excuses are just gone because you gave into it. You started living in it now. That's why you have to do things now. It's all we have.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, because a lot of people, they're perfectionists in their mind. They think it has to be perfect. You're not going to be perfect at whatever you're doing. It's going to suck. If you watch some of our old videos, and a lot of times there's been a lot of content that we didn't even put out because it was so bad. It was so terrible. The audio was scratchy. There was noises. Everything about it was just terrible. And we had to go back to the drawing board and say, okay, well, we just filmed this thing for 2 hours. I mean, we filmed podcasts for 2 hours and it didn't even film. And then we're like, okay, well, I guess we'll just have to do it over again. But you can't give up, because the moment that you give up is the moment that you're going to be stuck in the same place, just over and over, just sitting there thinking, what have I done? What have I done? You don't want to be on your deathbed thinking, what have I done? I mean, we watched that poem from the
spoken word.
Yes, exactly. The spoken word poem. And it was basically talking about why, like, have you completed what you needed to complete before you died? Like, what have you done for this day?
Yeah.
And can you actually look yourself in the eyes whenever you die and say, I completed my task. I completed my mission, because I believe that we're all here for a mission. We're all here for a purpose, and either you're completing the purpose or you're not completing the purpose. So which one is it? Are you going to complete your purpose or are you not?
Absolutely.
It's very simple, and it's very easy to just get wrapped up in the day-to-day life where you're just going along with the flow. You're not taking any direction. You're not making any decisions. You don't have a plan. You don't have any kind of thing going for you in your life, because even if you don't have anything, you still have a lot. It's just a mindset. You have a lot of nothing. You have to change your mindset and realize what is happening around you and what you want to be and who you want to be. You shouldn't be hanging around people that aren't any good for you, that aren't going to help you get to where you need to be, that don't motivate you, that don't push you.
Yeah, exactly. And, there's going to be stages of your own self-development, right? Because at first, when you are like just getting started with this new journey where you want to become the best version of yourself, you want to start businesses, you want to pursue your passions, go outside the norm of, just go to work and go home and whatever, then you probably have to distance yourself from certain people who just maybe they are actually negative towards it and maybe say comments that bring you down, or maybe they don't even do that, but you just know that they don't think the same as you, and maybe they just want to, just do nothing and hang out with you all the time or just whatever. It's just, you just know that it's just kind of a distraction, because there's different seasons of life, and sometimes you really have to buckle down and focus and say no. You have to have a season of saying no to a lot of things.
No, you're absolutely right, Kelly, because there's a lot of time wasters out there that just want to waste your time, your energy, your resources, and your ability to actually think clearly.
Sometimes not even meaningfully.
Exactly. Some people are just like that. And if you don't have your own mind under control, then you're going to fall victim to the other people's spell. Everyone has their own gravitational pull. So how are you going to be able to operate and maneuver around that gravitational pull? Are you going to be the kind of person that's going to have your own gravitational pull and people come on board to yours? That's called being a leader. That's called being in the right state of mind. That's called walking with God.
Right.
Being a divine being in that sense, where you let God in and you have that light of God. If you actually want to be that kind of person, you have to be the example. You can't be taking the example from other people who you don't look up to, who you don't want to be anything like. Because I promise you, everyone that is around me that are my friends, I want to be like them. They inspire me.
Exactly.
I'm not going to be hanging around other men that are lazy, that don't know what they're doing, that are lost in the world, that can't control their emotions. I mean, you have to be around people, because that is going to get into your brain and your subconscious mind. You are who your friends are.
Exactly. And, if you keep going on this self-development journey and you really, really get to yourself to a place where, like Han's saying, you do become the light, right? Because what does light do? It shines, it's bright, and then it emanates out, which means your light can touch others. But we really have to go through all the self-work and all that to truly be in our light era, get back to who we truly are. We have to dig past all the layers of forgetting that we are that light. And once we finally get there and we're in a good place, we know we're in charge of our minds, then maybe we can be back around those people in a different way where we can inspire them, and maybe we can start teaching them, or in some kind of way having them get on the path that you're on. But when you're just starting out, you need to just focus on yourself, you know what I mean? Because you're not in a position, you have to get yourself together, because you can't teach yourself and them at the same time. That's just too big of a load. You got to build your muscles up. And so then you can carry heavier weights, you know what I mean? But for now, you just got to work with your own body weight.
Wow. Now you're spitting, Kelly. Now you're spitting, because it really is a muscle that you're building whenever you're in this kind of situation where, what are you going to be doing next? If either you're building up your muscle or you're getting weaker. You're having atrophy of your muscles because they're not being used.
Exactly.
So if we're on this podcast, if we're on this channel, this YouTube channel, whatever medium you're watching us, and we're going back and forth and we're talking to each other, we're spreading ideas, we're having intellectual conversations, we're learning about different religions, we're learning about different ways of life, we're traveling, our brain and our mind is expanding. we're in a constant state of growth and expansion. If you're not at least learning or at least doing positive things and being yourself and putting yourself in an environment and an atmosphere of which there is abundant growth and learning, then you're going to be stagnant because you control your reality. There's no more excuses anymore. There's so many videos online where people are talking, where people are helping people, where you can truly discuss ideas, where you can be in a nice place physically and mentally, to the point where you can know that you're growing by yourself and you're actually building that muscle like Kelly talked about. So these are very important things that we're trying to bring into people's reality and into their minds, because we know that this is our purpose, to help speak upon these things, to really help people change, because people need to change. You're running out of time. You don't have any more time. Time is up. You wasted your time around, and now guess what? You don't change now, or I don't even need to tell you what's going to happen. You know, deep down, you know what's going to happen if you don't change. You're going to waste your life.
Truly. And especially now, because this is maybe the most monumental time in the history of humanity on Earth. I'm telling you. It is the beginning of the end times are near, and it's not in a fearful way. It's not the end. As Han says, it's not the end. It's the beginning of something new. And so we have to shed all these new ways and allow the truth and the knowledge, which is our birthright, the true knowledge of how things truly work here on this planet, is coming to light. And we have to be ready. It's a war right now. Spiritual war.
It's a war. So
you gotta be warriors.
So sharpen your weapons, start practicing your aim, and start learning strategy and studying the greats. Because like Kelly said, we're at war and it's time to fight. So thank you guys for watching this video. Thank you guys for all your donations, all of your support. We're going to be doing more videos where we're speaking and talking, because we feel called by God to get a certain message out to people at this point in time right now, and we have to get it out. So whether you like it or not, we're going to get this message out because God said so. We're going to keep reacting to videos and keep doing interesting content, but we're going to keep doing more videos where you guys should be listening to them, because you need this information in your head instead of watching TikTok, watching these stupid apps, and putting nonsense and filth into your brain. So thank you guys for being here. We love you all with the passion and the heart of all that is. Thank you for being here. We'll see you in the next video.